we turned this into WikiBrowse on OLPC. Wikipedia on the iPhone currently does all of Wikipedia. When it was 2 million articles, this fit into 2 gigabytes. WikiBrowse fits 40,000 articles into 100 megabytes, and added this distinguishing features between online and offline links, and let you customize how large you wanted your offline dump to be. So you can use this tool to make yourself a dump that will work on other devices that are space constraints that have less than a gigabyte. It does partial decompression and indexing of a bzip file. It does some fast substring matching to give you title searches, but as I said, it doesn't do full text searches yet, which is an advantage to using something like Kiwix. And it does pre-processing and renders MediaWiki markup natively, which is a little bit different from some of the other Wikipedia 1.0 efforts. We used as a metric popularity, which gave us about 70 or 80,000 good articles to begin with. But now in the English Wikipedia, for instance, there has been an article assessment drive, and there are almost 2 million articles that have some level of assessment. So we could start to use that information if it were available in other languages as well. There hasn't been as much of that in Spanish yet. And current issues are that rendering is a bit slow, even with the pre-processing and the single pass parsing. There aren't enough images, there's no full text search, and there's no way to edit. And the lack of a way to edit is a real problem, since the goal of all of this is to help children research, learn to create new material for themselves, find out things for themselves, and then analyze whether or not that was good material. A quick plug for our mailing list for anyone who's doing related development. You can subscribe to the WikiReader mailing list. It's WikiReaders for all platforms, only some of the discussion is about the WikiReader on the XO. There are also discussions about readers on other devices, and written in other languages. One thing I want to show before I close is a view of what WikiReaders might look like in the future. We recently released a version of InfoSlicer, which is a tool that lets you pick a small number of Wikipedia articles, make an offline collection, and then edit them in a two-panel view with the articles that you're reading on one side and articles that you're creating on the other, to pull out all of the media from the articles you're reading and to insert some of them into the new articles, remix them, edit them in Add to Word, in a word processor. And on the XO, it can be a collaborative word processor, so many students in a class could work on the same article at the same time, and then publish the results as your own collection that you can then push to a school server. It looks something like this. I have a demo here for people who want to see it afterwards. Here, this is pulling from these 4 articles that were selected online, made a dump offline, and you can choose whether you're selecting text by sentences or by paragraphs, for kids who don't want to have to select carefully letter by letter. You can copy them to the other side. There's a media tab that will let you just pick out images and insert them, and then you can make new articles on creatures like the lion giraffe. Future goals include merging some of this work with Wikipedia. There's Mako Hill, who's here at the conference, has done a lot of preliminary, hard algorithmic work on this. There are social questions about how you tell people this is material coming from a child, and there's some code that's been written for that, and then adding images from a camera.